For my specialist study, I chose Roger Deakins as my contemporary cinematographer and Joseph von Steinberg as my historical cinematographer. Between them, they cover a range of techniques, from black and white films to one-shot. I've explored various ways of filming and putting films together through my study of these cinematographers. Now, firstly, Joseph von Steinberg. The techniques I studied of his were black and white films and silent movies. Steinberg started his cinematography career in America, working for some really famous directors. He learnt a lot from Emile Chartier. He learnt valuable lessons on photography, film composition, and the importance of having spatial integrity of his images. This teaching helped Steinberg develop his distinctive framing of each shot. Now, Steinberg's experiences in his early life influenced how he put the pictures together, and with great emotional intensity. Steinberg created many famous films and became one of the greatest filmmakers of the late silent era. His last silent movie was The Case of Lena Smith. Now, for my own experimentation, I chose to film a silent film and a black and white film. For the black and white film, I did 3 different videos of my cat going to get food. I filmed these on my phone, and for the first one I put a filter on, which was the closest to black and white I could find. And as you can see, this still allows a lot of colour through, so it didn't create the black and white effect I'd hoped for. Now, the second film I put together with a black and white filter after I had filmed it, so you can see this was successful. And for the final film, I filmed it in black and white, and this was successful, but I felt I got a better result from filming in colour and putting the filter on afterwards. The effect was a lot clearer. Now, for my second experiment, I did silent movies. I again filmed my cat. This time she was playing. The first time I filmed in a silent room, but you can still hear slight background noise, and I couldn't be sure that the sound wouldn't be heard, or I wouldn't hear other sounds from outside. For my second film, I played some music on my laptop in the background, which drowned out any background noise. However, this distracted the cat. But for my final film, I took out the sound, which worked really well. The cat played and there is no noise. For a more dramatic effect, I could have added sound afterwards. Overall, I felt successful with what I created. With more advanced equipment other than my phone, I could have created clearer videos. I realised that putting silent movies or black and white movies together would need dramatic acting and lots of props to help tell the stories. Secondly, I looked at Roger Deakins. I studied his one-shot technique and filming from different angles to create different effects. Deakins went to National Film and Television School, Torquay Boys Grammar School, and he studied art and design at university. These all influenced how he works today. One of Deakins' well-known films is 1917, which was filmed in one shot. This technique saw the film finished in 65 days, which is a lot shorter than usual filming. Deakins also uses interesting angles when filming, and these create interesting effects in the films he creates. For my own experimentation, I chose one shot and filming from different angles to see what effect it had on the film. For the one-shot film, I met a friend at the river, and for the first film, I stayed in the same position and filmed from that place. This meant I didn't get close-ups, and I felt some of the tension of the film got lost. And for the second film, I followed him from behind and then crossed over in front of him. This created a much better dramatic effect. Facial expressions could be seen, and the overall result was better than the first one. And for my final film, I followed him from the front all the time. It was still better than the first film, but overall I felt the second film created a better effect. I learnt that following the actor and filming around him created a better effect overall. Now, for my final experiment, I filmed from different angles. The first film, I started from the feet and went up. Second film, I started from the side, and the third, I filmed from up high. Each film brought something different, so I learnt a variety of angles would be good to use. So in summary, overall, I've learnt a lot. I have learnt that different filters and sound effects create a variety of moods that all bring something different to the film. For black and white films and silent movies, it's important to have attention to detail to ensure the viewer understands the story. I enjoyed filming one shot as it was quick, but there is pressure to get it right first time. Filming from different positions creates tension and engages you more with what you are watching. Filming from different angles also creates mood and affects the lighting and the detail. I'll definitely be using these techniques in my filming going forward.